Welcome back to Factorio SPACE AGE. My name is Nilaus and I will be a guide on this, broken journey. I loved all the comments, the few things about the comments, and there was something about like, oh my god, he's using quality modules in something that's already legendary. I shouldn't do that. I don't know where I do it, but it's not here. Maybe it's because I fixed it after the camera sort of turned off. Or maybe here, I don't know, but I shouldn't be, and that's correct. If you start with legendary, there is no point in putting quality in here. So we're going to be leaving that as it is. What are we going to do today? Well, we're going to continue on our broken journey through the game. I made this list because this is a list of all the things you need in order to make everything in Legendary. Basically all the sort of base crafting materials, and I sort of categorized them a little bit here, and then I marked the ones that we already have. Do we actually... Oh, well, I mean, it's not exactly true. I just swapped these around. So, hold on. We actually have this on Volgora. We have the holmium and we have the blue sticks. Yes, blue sticks. And we don't have all the other ones. So let's just walk through why we need these. So biter eggs are for productivity modules, and the uranium is for fusion power and also for the biolabs. So that's important. These two are needed for, well, the foundries and a lot of other things. And over here, the worst one is actually from Gleba. Of course, it's from Gleba. The carbon fiber is used for a lot of things, but jelly is used for stack inserters. If we want better stack inserters, then we want this for biochambers, and this for biochambers, and spoilage for efficiency modules. So that's kind of awful. And then on Aquilo, we have some pretty easy things actually, because lithium is basically just holmium, so that's easy to do. And lithium plate is just lithium. And the last one is here, which is just everything else. So once we have everything else, we also have all the stuff for Aquilo. So that's not the biggest deal. And one of some of the main points that we really want this legendary, we want that legendary, we want that legendary, we want that legendary, we want this one legendary. And also, of course, the electromagnetic plant. And everything else. Like, we want everything in legendary, but those are kind of the main ones. The ones that have a bonus productivity here, those are the ones we really want. And if we didn't look at electromagnetic plant, steel, yes, blue, we can do that. Holmium, we got it, but refined concrete. Refined concrete is going to be our challenge today, and the same here. It also comes back to refined concrete, and lo and behold, if we look at this, it's refined concrete. If we look at this one, it is normal concrete. If we look at, well, actually, let's look at, do you have that? No, you don't. Okay. This one is just gears and iron circuit, so that's not really a big deal. This is also super easy. We don't care about those, but a lot of concrete is actually coming up and being used, so we need legendary concrete. And this is the stuff that we talked about in the previous episode. How are we going to make legendary all the stone? We need stone bricks, concrete, reinforced concrete. How are we going to do that? Well, there is a recipe that we can use. Of course there is. That's this one, and we scale it up here. So if we look at this recipe, this is for lava in, but we take it legendary, so legendary calcite in. We get this molten copper out, which is normal quality and therefore junk. And then we get the stone, legendary stone. But so this is how we make legendary stone. That's pretty neat. So let's have a look at how this could be done, because we can then take our calcite and make it into legendary stone. And let's get some numbers here. And this one, you can see now it's 1.37 inbound, and then I get 50 outbound. So we don't actually need a lot of calcite in order to get a ton of stone. So getting a few of these would be pretty neat. Let's just say like 4 of these would be... I'd say that's... Oh, okay, maybe that's just even not really necessary. We can just jam some more of these in here, couldn't we? Let's see how that would work out. Whew, that's a big numbers. It's more than one belt. And I think we just want one belt. Ooh, that's not even a belt. Okay, so we do need 3. It's not even a belt. Not even a belt. That's because these are not scaled up. We really want this, but... Do we have that? Oh, I guess we do. Then we definitely do. Do we have these as well? No. Can't remember what I have here. So, do we have that? Yes. Okay, so let's try and scale up as much as possible here and just see what we can get out of this. I think this is probably where we want it. I only had 2 of the legendaries, so I didn't really think that using them right now for this is the most valuable thing. So we're going to be doing this part. This is 259, so that is more than a full belt. It makes it happy. However, there is a little catch. We now need to deal with 4,328 molten copper per second. Yeah, so that's going to be interesting. Let's see how fast we can process it if we look at it here. Oh, that's not it. It's the other one. It's the lava-based one. It's this one. So now we just want to process. We don't want to use productivity on this, but we do want to just get rid of it as fast as possible. Can we just get this here and maybe another one here, and then these over on this side, and then actually get... Okay, so let's try with Epic is something we have enough of. This consumes 800. That means we need 5 of these things in order to get rid of all the stuff down here. That's a lot. And then on top of that, this is producing 62, so it's actually getting up and becoming really, really quick. So I'd also need to be able to push it out. Let's see, can I even do... Let's do this one to see if that gets better. Okay, that's about 1,000. Then we can probably make do with 4 of these, right? Then if we have 4 of these, then it would be fine. Okay, that's the plan then. And then if I want to do that, then I'm basically going to be, since our capacity on this is infinite, then that's fine. Ooh, that doesn't really look good. I know this looks better, even though I didn't have to do it this way. And then we have room for lights here. And then we have you're going to be just shoving it out here, and you're going to be shoving it out here. This is the funny thing, right? And it doesn't require anything extra. Oh, this one is also going to be... Oh, I was about to say it's generating a lot of junk coal, junk stone, but that's actually the whole point of this, is the junk stone. Okay, so here's the thing. This one needs to get out, and that's going to be a lot of outbound. But if we do this, and then say we have 4 of these, then that's 600 iron... copper per second we have to get rid of. I really need to go up here, don't I? Yeah, I think I do. Anyway, that's because I do need to combine it with this part here. I do need to make sure that... Right, what I want to do is, I actually want to build it in the lava, because then we can just throw it directly into the lava and be done with it. Isn't that clever? I think it is clever. It's silly, but clever. So let's build that, and then let's get that one up here, and then that one. That should take care of all of it. And of course we're going to need a lot of sort of those small discrepancy here. That comes in, and then we need to make sure that there are no sort of gaps underneath. But I think it's pretty cool to have this, and then just throw 700 copper per second into the lava, and that's going to get out from this. And it does look like we have everything. And yeah, then we just make a small build like this, and let's see. This should be aligned. Good. And then we can get the lava in here, which is obviously also pretty easy because it's already up here, the lava we need. We're going to start over here by our calcite, and then we're going to be dragging it in. Let's just go pairing it up with this, and it should be coming in here on the line that I have dedicated to stone bricks, because that will be replaced soon. So this one goes in, and it goes into our new build that is right there. So it goes in there, and in there, and then go up. And let's see if it works. I don't know if I've hooked everything else up, but maybe. Maybe I also need a little bit of a buffer here, because you never know when you're gonna need a little bit of that. Good. Yeah, well, that didn't work. Why did it not work? Oh, because I have not hooked up this part here yet. It was just designed so damn neat. Here, look at that. Sweet. So it's coming in, and we got all this. Of course, it's coming out stacked. It's a happy belt. It is very happy. Oops, that's a pipe. There, and here, and then it goes down to this line. That line is going to be... Is it? I guess it is. And then it needs to be transformed into something. Why is this not fully stacked? Oh, right. I don't know, is it working? Oh, we're not able to output fast enough. That's so funny. Okay, well, now we do. Oh, well, you are overproducing this anyway. But up here, the cylinders knows no bounds when it comes to just throwing things in the lava. Hey, it works. That's just throwing away about 600 per second. Nice. Cool, but we got our stone. Then continue with the stone bricks. Let's do this pattern. I think we can do this much. I think this is a good pattern here to sort of jam in next to it. And yeah, I think this is fine. And then I need to get... Oh, the inbounds are from the top though. No? Oh, this doesn't work at all. Huh, this has to be on the outside because I'm getting more inbound than outbound. Okay, and this is also coming in. Very simple. That was not really what I wanted. Let's do this a little bit neater like this. And it's going to branch off from here. Because I don't even know if we're going to continue this down the line. But we'll send all of it in here. Yeah, it goes on the bus and goes back next door. That's just how the bus works, right? And let's, now that they are working, let's see how much we get. And then let's just shrug and go, I guess 120 is fine. Also, this is only rare quality, rare quality, rare quality. So when we get the epics, we just smash it in and get this one improved. Great. Now let's do concrete and refined concrete. That's a small build, right? That should be pretty simple to do. So we'll make it next door here. Okay, so what would that be like? Well, concrete can be made here. And I think there's a really weird thing about this concrete. And I want to show you here. So we have also this normal way of making concrete. Again, legendary concrete, just to make sure the comparison is the same. So, productivity modules, no. Productivity modules, yes. That's crazy. So not only do we get 50% productivity bonus, but for some odd reason, which can only be a bug, is, well, I mean, it's a, whatever. It's maybe just something they didn't really foresee. Or maybe it's just random chance. We get this. Because why am I saying that? Because you shouldn't be able to get it, because concrete is not an intermediate. It's only intermediate products you can do productivity on, and then there's one exception, and that is a foundry in a concrete in a foundry. So this is the exception, but hey, we'll take the exception and use it and run with it. So this needs some lava, which we fortunately can just grab pretty close by. And then it will be producing something. We're also going to be making a module, a beacon here, because of course we are, because we want it fast. Then we want like reinforced concrete. Reinforced concrete should also be pretty simple to make. Where's that? That's here. And again, reinforced legendary concrete. That one we got on the bus. This one we can, iron sticks we can make. And the concrete we got. So the iron sticks, we think like, oh yeah, you can make them in a foundry. But if you make it in a foundry, you can't make them in higher quality. So we have to do it the old school way. And that is like this. Which means it's iron inbound, it is steel inbound, and stone bricks inbound. And then we also need water as well. So water is something we also have to figure out. How do we get water? I think we... Shouldn't this be... Do we not request that? It's really difficult to keep track of. My YouTube series here and my Twitch series are slightly different. And there's some things I have in abundance in one and I don't have in the other. So that's something we just need to wrap my head around. This one can do the acid neutralization, and it can do it pretty quickly, pretty efficiently. Can it do that? No, it can't do that, but it can still be hugging around this one. So this will be producing 16,000 steam per second. I think that's enough. You're then going to take the steam and turn it into water, which is fine, and it's going to be like this. And that gets us the water we need. So, this one, can that also do the steam? Oh, it also does steam. Never mind. We're going to do both of these. Okay, so this one will be acid neutralization, and this one will be the steam thingy. Good. They probably need to be close to this. So all I need to do is then now shuffle these around in a way that kind of makes sense. So I made this beautiful mess and I have no idea if it works. So let's try and figure that out. This one, just get 100 because it's a little bit far away. And what are we getting in? We're getting in the stone bricks that we just made. So they are right here. And yes, they are literally branched right next door. But that's just how it goes when you build these kind of things. And then what is it I want? I want that. The iron, I want that. Branch before and after. And then I want steel, yeah? So that should be it. There we go. If we get that, and I just realized that I don't have the right thing. Oops. Because this doesn't need to be good, so this can just be that one. No, it's still not that one. It's the lava-based one. Yes. So it works, except it doesn't because I don't have the lava. So let's lava it up here. That's luckily not a big deal. We are... There we go. Lava it up. It's lavafied. There we go. We don't need much of that. Oh, the useless one. The useless one. And this does not get... is not the same. So... I can take it here, but I need to make sure that it does not get confused with the actual useful stone. This is not useful stone. There we go. So just get rid of that. Alright, so we got concrete. We got more concrete that we can shake a stick at. 55 per second. Alright, and we also got legendary concrete coming in. That's really nice. So we just got these things sorted, and that one's not possible. I mean, I can put things in here, but yeah, whatever. We have it. We have it. We can do it. And yeah, okay. We got infinite concrete, refined concrete, and normal concrete. So that's good. Perfect. Right. So now that we can then go up to our overlay, this one, and then we can actually say we got all this stuff. Right. That's good. So let's start actually making a little bit of a new hub that can start using some of the things that we have, because we now got having legendary production of this would be super simple. And it would be super valuable. This would also be super valuable. Why do we think... Why is electric engine suddenly super valuable? Well, because of this, and this, and this. So electric engines are just something you need a lot of now. Also, if you want to make rocket silos, if you feel so inclined. We now have the concrete as well. So, yeah, if we want to make legendary spaceship parts, and we do, then, yeah, electric engines are a thing. But we also need blue circuits. So I think we'll do some green, red, and blue circuits to just get that one confirmed. Now we do have it sort of, but this means that if we just make it here, we can probably just get rid of this part and this part. Not this part, because this is normal blue circuits, which is needed for launching rockets everywhere. But this thing here, which is super amazing, by the way. But it's also our responsible... Oh, look at that. That should be made into solar panels. Oh, don't even look at it. It should be made into solar panels now. But I'm doing this because I get so much excess of blue. That's my best way of making reds. Legendary reds is actually just scrapping the blue ones. Because those are the easy ones. Which means that all of this is redundant. All of this is redundant. And it needs to just be thrown away. Because we can make it super easy now. So let's do that. Right, green circuits. Well, we gotta start by making that, and we do not have the option of the foundry. As usual, we can't do the foundry copper cables, but we can do the normal copper cables here. Normal legendary copper cables. Why not? Because it comes back to the part that if I do this one, and I don't get to choose the quality, and we need it to be legendary. So if I do this and we smash a module down here, then the question is, can this copper wire support 2? Can it almost support 2? It can almost support 2, so that's almost good enough, isn't it? That's almost good enough. Let's see how we can do that. I think that this is actually fine. Like if you look at it and say this is giving 115, so it doesn't take much for us to go 127. That means this is actually just a full belt. yeah, that's a full belt of greens. Of course, a little bit less because we have a little bit of deficit. That's about a 10% deficit, but I think that's fine. If we can do this, then we should definitely have enough. Yes, that's good. Okay, so then the next question is just figuring out how the hell do we get all the inputs inbound? That's going to be a little bit tricky. I definitely want to have you as an outbound, and here just smash this out. But I do need inbounds as well. Actually, this seems to be better placed as a little bit out. The throughput here is 150, so that should be easily doable like that. It's funny how those numbers, we just got completely used to like those vast numbers here. Because the point of this is that now I can use the inside belt here. That could be this could be a copper belt that goes in here. And I can do a copper belt on the other side as well. It could also be combined iron and... Ooh, it could be combined belt. That's actually nice. Let's do that. So that you get your... hold on. What is the iron and steel? That's enough for one. Well, so 2 belts. Yeah, okay. So... this will consume half a belt of each, 120. So I can actually make 2 of these on top of each other, which is nice. I think that I might actually want that if we get this running so we can get... well, we don't want 2 lanes of this. Okay, and I think this one has to leap out because I need to split this here. That one goes in here. Those are the 2 inbounds, and then it just kind of feels stupid to have that. Yep. And what if we flip it? It's going to be exactly the same, of course. Okay, well, there are still other options. We can do that one. And you're going to go in here. Oh, that's an input, and this is an output. That's a little bit, it's a little bit tight, but I think it works. Alright, and that should be all I need for this. I have no clue if it works. Let's just spin it up and see. So that's going to be iron on one and copper on the other one. And then I'm going to have a output that is really uncomfortable, isn't it? Yes, it is. Okay, let's see if we can get some iron inbound here. That's before and after, just to be... and the copper inbound. Yeah. And let's see. It's always difficult. There's always like some basic thing that I go like, oh yeah, I kind of forgot that. Well, I'm picking up something, and we have pretty much a full belt outbound on the belt. That's nice. And if I wanted to do 2 belts, I could just double this. But honestly, I don't think I need 2 belts, because remember, this is not for science. This is just for building everything we want. So let's also make a red belt, or a red circuit build as well. It's also going to be like good, but not like the best thing you've ever seen. Because again, we don't have the legendary builds just yet. So what I need is something like this. I think we've done this already. I think we have it. This one, right? Oh, except for this part down here. But I think this part is going to be the same. Right. Like that's going to be the same. Except we now have better productivity modules, so let's use those. And also, of course, it's going to be the legendary ones. There we go. I think this is the module. This is producing 34 on a good day. Let's double it. That's 70-ish. I think I want one more. There you go. And then it's just a matter of figuring out if I want this, how much. 150. And that's the one we already have down here. Let's see if we get that. That is easily enough. Easily. Okay, well that was actually surprising how easy that was. And then it just needs to be brought in. That is... might need a little bit more space. Here's the interesting thing, that it actually needs to be these two. Here. So this work... this middle one is actually outputting on the right hand side of this belt. So that's good. Let's do the same thing on the other side. Unfortunately, that means it has to go on the outside here. Because if I build it here, if I do this, then this inserter here will output on the right hand side, and that means there are 3 on the right hand and 1 on the left hand. So it has to be like this, which means this probably has to be moved yet another tile down, yet another tile down, and this one, then 1 more tile down, because I'm going to need to have space for this to branch in. It can't leapfrog over 1, 2, 3, 7. Yeah, that's 11. Good. And then we need a setup like this here. In this case, I think it's better to do this one here. Inbound, or outbound, and there. Yes. And then I have the out line here, and the in blue, and oh, we're missing the copper wire inbound. Okay, that's also kind of important. So we need copper inbound as well. I can sneak that in somewhere like this. How much copper do we need? 54, but that's for twice as much as we need, so it should not be a problem. And we do that. There we go. So we got green, plastic, copper, and then red circuits outbound. We are going to do this little thing that we've done for everything so far. There. Alright, let's hook it up and see what happens. Alright, let's see if it works. No other option than to just let it rip and then see. Rip and tear until it is done. And this absolutely needs a concrete foundation as well. There we go, beautiful. And it looks like it's working. You don't look like you're working. Oh yeah, that's the thing that I've been doing like a million times, like forgetting to copy paste the little bit of this here. Alright, at least I caught it before the comment section went crazy. And I can take these 2 out because they don't serve a purpose. And then look at that. We are now creating, just like that, we are now creating 100 legendary red circuits a second, which is a little bit different from this monstrosity that creates like 1 maybe, I don't know, not much, but that's nice. I'm gonna just knock out a blue one while we're at it, right? Okay, so blue circuits is really difficult. Let's not kid ourselves. It requires 4 things inbound, and then there's 1 more thing, that one. And oh, make it legendary. There. And if I just do this thing here, no anything, that is a really, really good ratio. Like, obviously some is overbuilt, but there's nothing that's underbuilt. You can see how close the green circuit is to being perfectly balanced. That's quite neat. So this should be kind of our baseline of just trying to figure out how we want to make it. And that's the tricky part. So we want all this, and we want equal amount of belts and beacons and modules. So what I'm going to do is we're going to be focused on the stuff that is the highest throughput here. And that's going to be, the highest throughput have to be the ones that match together. And there, and here. So highest throughput is here. It is here. Those are the highest throughput. Like this, and if we look at it now, that still works. Then if we smash down some beacons, I don't know if they can be here. There. Then does it still work? It's still better. But now the middle things are affected by 2 beacons, while the outer ones are only affected by 1. That doesn't matter. But the good thing is I can actually move them all the way out here, which gives me some breathing room. So if this is what I want, now let's start dealing with all the crap that we want inbound. Let's start from, you need copper and you need iron inbound. So I'm going to make a line here that does iron and copper. That's the safest option here, I feel. There we go. And I'm going to make it as a module like this, hopefully. So that is iron getting in, copper getting in, copper cables. We got the green circuits. Perfect. Now we need the copper cables and green circuits in here. That's a little bit sucky. A little bit sucky, I guess. Yeah. Like, I'd really want to do this, but then it's outside of beacon range. So that's why I'm not doing it. Then if I shovel this thing down instead, then there's only one inserter connecting, and that's not enough. So there have to be some compromises. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do this and say, you're just going to get it in here because the quantity here is not very much. Even with beacons, then it's, or even with modules or legendary ingredients later on, then it's not really going to be a big deal. So that means now I need to get you out here on the wrong side of the belt. That means we can do something like this. And then it goes on the inside of the belt. The grain circuit goes on the outside of the belt, and they go down here, and they're happy. Whew. All right. Well, green copper coils are good. Greens are good. Greens are coming in here. The greens are now also going in here, and the copper coils are going in there. The only thing missing is plastic. So I cannot take a plastic up here. I can, with this amount, I can make it into, I could make it somewhat like this. And then just use long-handed, but I actually have a different idea. And that idea is like this. So I'm just going to get in here and branch it. And if we then look at the tileability, tessellated, someone called that once in a while. There we go. There we go. It is tile. It's tiles. Now, we just need the red circuit going into the blue. Good. And we need some piping going between these. And then some piping going... yeah, we do have it somewhere, so that should be fine. Is this actually tile, or is it too long distance? Yeah, it's too long distance. But I think that's like one off. It's always one off, isn't it? Yes, it was one off. Of course. So that's fine. And the only problem is lights. We don't have anywhere that we can put lights in this damn build here. And what are we missing? Oh, we're missing the output. Output is kind of important. If I output here and here, then I can drag them together. Like that. But that's not going to work. This is outputting on the lower side, which goes in and then emerges in here. But this is outputting on the right-hand side in the direction of... Oh, that's actually perfect. Right-hand side in the direction of travel. That's perfect. Perfect. There we go. That's it. That's the build. And you will, of course, think like, oh my god, that's amazing. How did you just do that intuitively? I kind of did a little test in advance. So just so we could get the result. These kind of designs can take hours to fidget around with and find something that is a good enough compromise between all the things that you want to balance. I don't know if it works, but it might. It just might. So let's build one. All right, let's not be greedy and let's just build one. So what do we have inbounds? We have plastic on this one, iron and copper on this one, and sulfuric acid. That's actually the only thing we need. Cool. Let's give that this a spin and see how that works. I'm excited to see if it works or if there are some trivial issues. Let's give it a shot. And that comes in. Yes. Spinny, spinny, spinny. Ooh, that's quick. And done. You're not getting any reds. Why are you not getting any reds? You should be getting reds. And then we need this one that we built for everything else so far. And that goes back out on the bus. There and I don't know. This is now your new home, I guess. All two of them. All two of them. Let's walk through it and figure out. This one is capped on the output side. Oh, that looks so good. And then it's just stuck for a little bit. That's perfect. Are you working continuously? That's actually the only thing that really matters. And are you working continuously? Looks like it. You should be stuck once in a while. Good. And, well, now that we built it, could we then just make another one? Yes, please. And another one. I don't even know how much it makes. And another one. Okay. Let's have a look at how much it's consuming. It's not actually consuming much. But it's producing 25. Yeah, I want more. I want more. That one. One more. No. Okay. Oh, okay. Well, I mean. Let's have a look. We cannot go over 120 for these because that's a half belt, and we have only a half belt of each coming in. So this is the perfect amount. And that gets us 32 legendary blue circuits per second. I don't see that there's any reason to be unhappy about that. That seems like a pretty decent amount for me. That's good. So, looking at this, like, obviously I could have fed the greens and the reds in here, but I actually wanted to have like a dedicated build that was this here, and it would be a million times easier just to use it from the bus. But I kind of wanted that unique little build, also because then you can get that unique little build and throw it down. And it also works with non-legendary, of course, so it's a nice little square build. It's also, like, honestly, it also fits really well with my substation build. So let's go through what we've done today. And I also built this one off camera because it was like super easy, because we're gonna need that for all the construction we want. We built this awesome throwaway copper parts, throwing away 600 copper per second when it's operational, but it's not really very operational because that gets us our legendary stone, legendary bricks, legendary concrete, legendary reinforced concrete, legendary green circuits, legendary red circuits, and finally legendary blue circuits, all in stupid quantities. That means that we can now sort of build a new hub, a legendary hub that makes everything we want in legendaries. Well, everything is a little bit of a stretch, because we, of course, if we go back here and look at that, we get yet another check mark here. The next things we want to do would actually be getting the engines, electric engines, and then don't know if I need this right now, but legendary robots would also be pretty cool. But then we get all the generic items, and then it's about getting out into the different planets and then starting scaling those up so we get legendary things. On the last second here of this video, I am going to say that what you maybe realize right now, or what I realize right now, is that now that we have legendary thing, that makes Fulgora incredibly uninteresting. Like, Fulgora was amazing to just generate lots of different quality things. But now I don't want it legendary. Now I don't want anything that's not legendary. So that means the only purpose of Fulgora right now, or as we transition out of this, is literally just these items. That's it. You don't want anything else in Fulgora. And that's a little bit scary, because everything is so much better on Volcanus. And then so that means we have these two. And that means there's not really much point in doing anything on Fulgora anymore, because it kind of lost its luster. Everything that is not legendary is kind of useless for us, and on our quest to make everything legendary. That's a little bit of a shame, but it's something I came to the realization of, that the Fulgora is from now on just a holmium engine, because we need holmium for a lot of things. So, yeah. And likewise, you can say Glabber. We already knew that it's for carbon fiber and not much else. So that's nothing new there. Aquilo is also for these items, which again lean heavily on the holmium, so we need that holmium first. And then Volcanus, we're going to need the tungsten carbide and tungsten, which is something we want to scale up. And then honestly, this is going to be the hardest one on Novice, because both Covarex and Biorex are really difficult to scale up if in vast quantities to what we need. But that's going to be future episodes. I hope you want to join in for all this long Let's Play. And once we got all the legendary parts we need, we can start making legendary ships and then start breaching into the Prometheum era. Thank you for watching. And of course, all the cool designs you see, they are of course available to patrons in the blueprint package. And of course, the save games are also available if you want to snatch some design that I've not made a blueprint of. Thank you very much for watching. Until next time, take care and stay effective.